He was like, fire it up, fire it up. Yo, this is main man Neo. You already know what it is. And today we got in the chat, we got Mazel Backrow. And today we're going to be talking about The Crow. Yes, it's an old movie, but it's a classic movie, people. It's a classic. It got Brandon Lee in it. If you already know, if you didn't know, my name is Brandon. Last name not Lee. But that's okay. I call everybody Lee, so I get a pass. All right, so I just recently rewatched this movie, and let me tell you, I loved it even more the first time than I watched it. Right? It's so much that goes into this movie. The cinematography of this movie is so beautiful. The meaning behind this movie is so beautiful, and it shows you how if you want it that badly. You know that people talk about ghosts and stuff, and like if that ghost have a strong feeling, it will come back and linger for whatever that feeling was. You know, from what I got from it. What do you have to say about the movie?
Okay, well, this movie came out in 1994, and that was even before I was born. Like, holy crap. Well, and just a fun fact for those who don't know, Brandon Lee is actually the son of the greatest martial artist, which is Bruce Lee. Yeah, I know, right? Bruce Lee pretty much trained his son as well, and unfortunately, Brandon Lee passed away while filming The Crow due to a gun malfunction. So the blank, when they shot the blank, it had the actual impact of a real bullet. So when they tried to take Brandon to the hospital, he pretty much died on the way over there, which is really sad. So rest in peace, Brandon. So this movie left like a mark. This movie was like just amazing. I loved it. And so what they did though, in order to finish the movie, they had, I guess, like a stunt double, and they used cinematography and all that to like place the face and use certain lighting to make it look like it's still Brandon, if that makes sense. But other than that, like, I love this movie. When my dad first introduced me to this film, I never understood the concept of the movie. But the more I started watching it, the more I started to appreciate the movie. The music, it's fucking beautiful. It really goes well with the tone of the movie. Like you said, cinematography was pretty good too. It was just great. The story in general is great. I love this movie. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Gotta watch it again. You feel me?
Yeah. And then they made like 3 more movies, so there's 4 in total. You got the first Crow, you got the Crow City of Angels, you have Crow Salvation, and the one that came out in 2005, which was The Crow, Wicked Prayer, the most trashiest ones. They did that movie dirty.
Now, you guys, if you want us to watch the other 3, let us know. We'll watch and review it for another episode of The Crow. All right. Now, in this movie, I would say I really love how the young girl was the narrator of the movie. Right, for certain parts of the movie, right, and in the movies, certain parts of what she's saying you can use as a quote, and I feel like it was said so well for certain moments, right, in the movie that reveals what you're seeing on camera, right, what you're seeing in the film, and I love how his character, how the Crow itself symbolizes, like, you know what, let me go. This shouldn't happen the way that it happened. Let me rewrite this wrong, right? And just, even though they like, I don't remember the last 3 movies because I just rewatched this one. Like, they don't come back, right? In a sense. So it's like he got rid of all those bad people that disrespected his fiance, and did those things to her and to him. Because this is not what they want. It was right before, I think, before they got married, I believe.
They were supposed to get married, I think, on Halloween night.
The Devil's Night.
But that's when I think, if I remember, it was like on Halloween night. They were supposed to get married on Halloween night, but it was like the day before Halloween. So that's when they came in. T-Bird, Funboy, Tintin, and I'm blanking out. And there's four of them. Top Dollar's the main villain, like he's the the main guy. But I think it was just them three: Tintin, Funbird, T-Bird. I think it was them three.
No, you're missing one more.
I'm missing somebody.
I'm
missing somebody.
Because Tintin's the guy with the knives. Funbird, the guy with the blonde guy with the gun.
Yeah.
And
T-Bird is the guy with the cigarette. Always smoking cigars. I'm just why am I blanking out? So
I think
bad?
The other guy was new. We didn't really care about him. The other guy was new. We didn't care about him. He was like, fire it up, fire it up.
He was new. Fired up. Yeah, that dude. I really don't know what the fuck what the guy was, but he was the fourth member. All I know is that once they came in and did all that stuff, it was really sad because what they did to the fiance, and after Randy Lee's character, which was Eric Draven, he pretty much, with the help of the Crow, I guess the Crow pretty much leads him back to his apartment complex, and pretty much each time Eric touches like some sort of item or like object or anything inside the apartment, he just has flashbacks of all the things that were done to him, and that pretty much angers him. And it was just great to see the way this character was built, and it's also based on the comic books by James O'Barr, and he had Reigns in the movie as well. They were pretty much, I guess, asking for his help in order to make sure the movie came out pretty good,
Now, I would say...
Yeah, what you think?
With that being said, like you said, when he touches something of they have a moment in time, he remember that moment. Either it's painful or it's joyful or whatnot. That's the same as if you ever seen The Butterfly Effect. When he had his notebooks and he's reading it, he's like mentally going back in time and trying to rewrite the wrongs, trying to rewrite the way. I don't remember the movie that well, but I know that he's trying to rewrite the wrongs that happened, right? Trying to fix it. But by doing so, it's messing up the parallel timeline that they have. Like with the cigarette he had, I remember in the movie, there was like cigarette on his tongue or something on his hand or whatever. And when he woke up, it was there. That was the mark, right? It wasn't there before, but it's there now. So to one of the guys, he was like, you know what? Here at the end of the movie, right? He was like, here's all the pain that I collected, right? He gave it to Top Dollar, right? And to me, that was like a very dramatic moment to like, do you see how much pain you cause people? This is what I felt, the pain that you caused me, right? I'm giving it back to you 10 times harder, right? And he felt that. He's like, God. And it's like, boom, and he felt like, you feel me? He was like, and I knew that was going to happen. I was like, it better happen. You like, okay, everybody in the chat, do it with me. Okay? So, and this is just a very movie. If you want a movie with a deep meaning, you have to watch this movie, people. You just have to watch this movie. This movie is something that it's got to be in your record books of movies to watch. It's not up for debate. You just have to watch this movie, right? I saw this when I was very young, and I like crows, right? I wear all black. As you can see in every video, I'm wearing black, right? And it was just his portrayal of his deep emotion on his face. You see it throughout the whole film. You see how much pain he was in, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to give you back what you deserve, So I really like that about the movie. What are your other thoughts? What are the other scenes in the movie?
One thing that I liked was Eric Draven and Sarah's relationship that was building, because in the movie, I wasn't really so sure who she really was. So I'm guessing she's probably like a close friend, like a best friend of theirs, because I really don't remember. Like, they really didn't establish. I mean, she established in the beginning of the movie saying they were friends of hers, but like, when I first time, I didn't know who she was. I don't know if she was like a relative, like she was like, a niece, a daughter, a sister, something like that. All I know is she was really close with these people. And to see Eric come back and build a relationship with her, and pretty much, I guess, help her through struggles, was really nice to see and really interesting to see. Because you don't really see Eric interact with anybody else, like besides the enemies and
the police officer
and the police officer. Oh, and that's another thing. The police officer, I forgot his name. Officer, I think it's Officer Albert. So Eric goes to Officer Albert to ask him what happened to them. And so pretty much in the scene where he visits him, he pretty much grabs his head and sees everything, and pretty much saw that the officer was next to his wife the entire time she was in the ER. Despite that, she passed away. He saw that he never left her side, and he pretty much built a friendship and became friends with him, and sort of like an ally for him. And this movie has a lot of memorable quotes. One of them is that gasoline I smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's
it can't rain all the time.
Yeah, that's a really famous popular one. It can't rain all the time. And it's funny because I think in the comics, Eric Draven was a rocker. I think he was supposed to be in a band. I'm not
he
so
was
sure.
In a rock band. I forgot the name of the band. But it was in a rock band.
Death.
Yeah.
Hangman's Death. That's the name of their band, which sounds pretty lit. I'm not kind of sounds pretty lit.
But you know what? A lot of people in a lot of movies and a lot of shows, like in Stranger Things, just to relay it, just for this one little bit. In Stranger Things, they had a band called the Talking Heads. I looked it up, and it was the real band. Didn't know that at first. Yeah, and I love their song. They got some really good songs. My Head Is on Fire, and a whole bunch of stuff. And it's just so dope because I was looking up different artists. Like, there's got to be a real artist. It just can't be made up. So they probably is a real band. I haven't looked into it, but if it is, it's cool. Because in a lot of movies and a lot of film and everything, there's a lot of pieces that relate to why did they pick this particular, why they named themselves this particular band, right? Mm-hmm. Probably most of the songs is probably from for the soundtrack, a few of them maybe, or certain quotes from their lyrics is probably how they wrote the script, just those small little pieces.
And the music, like I said, for The Crow is just beautifully great. And fun fact, when they made the second Crow movie that came out in 1996, The Crow City of Angels, majority of the people came back. I think the writer who did the first story for the first Crow came back. Mm-hmm. The guy who did the set designs, he came back. Graham Revell is the guy who made the score soundtrack for the movie. He came back to make, the soundtrack again, which was pretty interesting. So, fun fact, getting a little ahead of myself. So, fun fact, in the second Crow movie, it was supposed to be, I guess not really a direct sequel, but they wanted to do something new. They just didn't want to piss off fans. So the director went on several sites and asked people, yo, what do you guys want to see in the new film? And, many people are like, yo, we don't want you to bring back Eric Draven, played by a different actor, because that's just disrespectful to Brandon Lee, And so, they're just just make a new story with a new character. Don't bring back Eric Draven. And they did. And that's when they brought in Ash Corv. However, the only downside is there were so many things that was going on with the movie that ended up becoming the Crow 1.5. I think kind of a direct copy of the original one, which was kind of sad because they had a lot of plans for it. One of the ideas was having Sarah, the little girl, be the next Crow, a female Crow. That would have been awesome to see. Because it would have made sense because she but she saw what happened. She pretty much knows what will happen, so it would be nice to see everything she's learned from Eric Draven pass on to her when she becomes a female Crow. So that would be fun. So that's a fun fact, y'all. Fun fact.
Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So what I would say is in the movie, I like how he had his symbol of the crow, like
Mm-hmm.
painted in blood or like alcohol or whatever.
Yeah,
I really
left
like
his
that little
calling
touch
card.
to let people know, like, look, this is a. I like how Albert was like, you got this crazy man with face paint on, roaming. You got this vigilante roaming the city. You know, like
Yeah.
he trying to be Batman or something. You know, and I just like the fact that he wasn't a vigilante of like the normal calm of what they make. It's like, no, like I'm here, I came back. Get rid of these people. I'm going back in the ground. Right. That's
Yeah.
what it looked like to me. You know,
Literally.
like in what I with Top Dollar, bro. Top, yeah, people in the chat. Listen,
He was
this
savage.
man was crazy, right? I thought the woman at first was his like lady, right? That just says sister, and
Yeah.
I was like, hold up. It looked like you was getting on before. Like it was a scene. It was another lady. She was dead.
Oh.
He's like, I think we
Oh
broke her.
yeah.
And the girl took out a knife. She's like, ching ching. Took out that eye. Took out that
Yeah.
eye. 1, 2. I was like, nah. But the way he hugged her though, you don't hug your sister like that. You don't hug your sister like
Yeah.
that. I'm like,
When he
nah.
was Sweet Home Alabama.
But I said I was jealous because he had that long hair. I was like, that hair kind of fire. He had some nice hair. I could give that much.
Yeah, he got that L'Oreal. If it existed back then, he got that L'Oreal hair.
You know, but I like how. But you know what's crazy is that he had that. So it's Top Dollar was his sister, right? And it was that other guy that was like the link, right? The messenger guy, right? I forgot his name.
Oh yeah,
right?
I forgot his name. Like the main guy, like the black guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
Like,
now, if you think about it, if you watched our last episode, right, talking about the Batman, right, the other guy that was Foul McConey, I'm saying his name wrong. I'm just saying his name wrong. He had that black guy as his messenger guy, right, going back and forth and trying to figure out what was up, right. I feel like if just for a correlation, you put the Batman and the Crow, they kind of similar on certain small points. They kind of similar, and I feel like that's pretty cool. You know, if you look at it that way, you know, but still retaining two different lives, two different storylines, but it's like somehow paying homage to each other in a way. Does that make sense to you guys in the chat? If it does, comment down below and give us a like.
Yeah, it makes sense in a way. Because in a way they're kind of their own Batman. One kills people, the other one doesn't. And like you said, I like the fact that it's like, okay, I can't, like you say, Eric Draven came back, you know, not to be a hero and protector for everybody. He just literally just came back to avenge his wife's death and himself. And like you said, after he's done, he's pretty much going back. He's gonna die again. And then now that you talk about that, I don't know if any of you or anybody else know, there's actually a show based on The Crow, and that's called The Crow Stairway to Heaven.
Yes, and Lord Jesus, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so they also have another martial artist. His name is Mark Diasco, I believe. He also came out with Jet Li in the movie, but he was the one who played Eric Draven, aka The Crow. And one of the biggest questions I had about that series is how do they keep the series going? Because the whole first episode or two are just about legit finding the people who killed him and his wife. Like, after he got everybody, like the main people, like, why is he still there? I thought once he died, once he got rid of the people, he needed to kill, he would go back. But for some reason, he's still roaming around helping other people. So in that show, he's more of a vigilante, if that makes sense, compared to the movie where he's like focusing on only specific targets and then knocking them out. In the show, again, after he gets his main targets, the people who killed him and his wife, he still somehow manages to roam around Earth a little bit more longer and still, fight crime, So it's like an anti-hero. Except this one, I don't think this one kills. He just knocks him out pretty much.
He trying to be the next Deadpool.
Yeah, okay.
Crow
He's kind of is like the. He is kind of like Deadpool because I mean he's been stabbed in the show. He's been shot. And he's still alive. I don't know if they ever like came to a conclusion with that show. Honestly, I might have to look it up because I know eventually he had to go back to the ground. I just didn't know when exactly it was going to come to that. So I might have to look that up later. But yeah, that's really interesting actually.
Crowpool. I came up with that. Y'all better give me a like for coming up with that cool name right there, Crowpool. I'm gonna change my name to Crowpool. Our editor's
Please
gonna
don't.
put.
Please don't.
Our editor Mark 70 gonna put Crowpool right here. Look at Crowpool. He better put it.
Just stick with your regular name. No, right. No.
So you guys, it's not gonna be a very long episode. I want to know: have you seen the Crow movie? If so, what did you like about it? What you didn't like about it? Also, did you see all 4 of the Crow movie in the TV show? If you did,
if you saw the 4th film, I am really sorry.
And out of the 4, right? He don't like the 4th one, but out of all 4, which one did not like? Right? You feel that didn't make sense to even be made? If that makes sense to you guys, comment down below in the chat. Like, comment, subscribe, do what to do, smash the like button, crush it, break it. Just, I don't know,
crush
but you know.
Oh, wow, he said crush
it. Yeah. And if you want us to do a review on the other 3 of the movies, just let us know. We'll rewatch it and talk about it. So you guys have a good one. Have a good rest of your day. This has been your main man, Neo. This is
Basil.
All right, Basil. You already know. We got more episodes to come. We got more awesome stuff. Follow us on our socials down below in the chat box. Thank you once again for viewing. You have a good one. Babble Talk out.